just tell me to give a countdown, and I'll tap Bob. I'll tap your right elbow.
Persons involved in unlawful behavior are subject to arrest and/or, if emergency circumstances require, may be subject to the use of force, including riot control agents. Anyone who remains in the street is subject to arrest. You may be subject to use of force, including riot control agents. Police Bureau. This is an unlawful assembly. You're an unlawful assembly. One police. This area is closed near Southwest Alder and Southwest 3rd. Including riot control agents and impact weapons. Move to the west now.
Group, all these mass protesters that you can see right now that they're throwing objects at police. I believe that was a water bottle. They just tipped over a dumpster. It looks like they might have put some incendiary devices in there to start that fire. You can see police are now moving in, and they're setting off flash grenades to scare the crowd. Just a few minutes ago, you heard Reed say that there was some graffiti. We actually witnessed some mass protesters defeating the Coin 6 news car here at the park. So pretty disappointing. You can hear police over the loudspeakers repeatedly say, "This is a riot. Anyone that's still here is subject to arrest and may be subject to the use of force." That's what they're saying. Really, this is sort of a cat and mouse game right now. We've been following these mass protesters for blocks now. They started at the South Park blocks, made their way towards City Hall, then down over to just about Burnside, and then from there, that's where the fire started on Southwest 4th and Morrison. And, you know, really, I just don't see much end in sight. They just keep on pushing these protesters around, and they keep on running around through the city. You can see them picking up trash cans and newspaper stands and flipping them over in the street. They're blocking traffic. Really a dangerous situation for folks, and very disappointing for folks who came here to have a proper protest, to have a solid march, which, you know, as Reed told you, only took about an hour, and then it was complete chaos.
This is a Portland Police Bureau. This area is a restricted access area. This assembly is now considered a riot. All persons must leave Southwest Madison, west of Southwest Broadway.
Yeah, that's right. You know, this Antifa group, which is an anti-fascist group, and then there's a couple other fringe groups, as they're known as, that really cause the problems. We were up in the front of the march in the beginning, and really it was truly wonderful. It was what you would want to see out of a march. It was a bunch of families, different organizations, groups, nonprofits, you know, all leading in one cause. But now it's just, it seems like "Let's destroy Portland" is maybe the motto here, because that's what it is. A lot of fires, there's a lot of damage. We're seeing broken windows, we're seeing graffiti. We're seeing graffiti on news cars. You know, this is getting a little out of hand, if I can tell you that, Steve. And it looks like we're having we're seeing, I'm having Eric move ahead here. You can see that construction sign being dragged into the middle of the street here. If I could estimate, I'd say about 80 to 100 folks in black masks. Just, you know, looks like destroying the city. It's disappointing. And here we go. We see police coming on. Well, Steve, we see police coming in the other side. So now we're going to see. It looks like they're trying to squeeze them. and we'll make sure we're safe here. We're about a block away. Eric, let's get out. Let's get out.
Just walk. You're not breaking the law by walking. You're not breaking the law by walking.
You guys see that?
Nobody's breaking the law.
Yeah. So, yeah, so you guys, which is, if you know, Portland, just below the Wells Fargo Center. So what happened here was that a group of the mass protesters were making their way south on 5th, and Portland police had a bunch of TriMet buses roll through here and essentially created like a, you could say, a line. And then they had Portland police came in from either end and basically squeezed the group. They had police in riot gear and protective gear come in from one side, and then they had police come in from the other side. And when the protesters who didn't get initially arrested or detained by police were then squeezed through the buses, and there were police waiting right on the other side for them. So right now they're really just trying to get this situation under control. Just a few minutes ago, I'd say 5 minutes ago, it was not under control. Now there's a sense of calm. There's a lot of folks being arrested. Police are searching different folks. They're pulling down the masks. They're going through the shirts to make sure that they don't have any weapons before they get into the police car. To give you a number on maybe how many folks are sitting in handcuffs right now, plastic zip ties, I would say ballpark anywhere from 12 to 24 people. Yeah, you know, it's. I was trying to count just before you tossed to me there. You know, again, I'd say somewhere between 12 to 24 folks, and then there's just a lot of other folks that are watching. You can hear police trying to come in. They're trying to bring in some more cruisers, and I'm not sure if that's to help take people away or if that's more resources heading in here. To the right here, I'll have Eric turn. You can see the police van there that they're loading folks who are being detained. They're putting them in that van there so they could take a bunch away all at once. You can see just closer to us, behind these officers in their personal protective gear, you can see officers or protesters there in plastic zip ties, police officers searching their belongings before they get taken away.
This is the Portland Police Bureau. Southwest 3rd and Morrison is open to vehicular traffic. Move to the sidewalk.
Pick up! ACAB! All comes from Boston! ACAB! All comes from Boston!
Anyone who remains in the street is subject to arrest.